Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, Facebook. This is Dr. Kimberly Ellison. I am jumping on because I do have some game changing strategies today for you. This is a game changer. No more starting and stopping. I'm going to give a little time for a few people to join me. It's early. I think it's early still. I think it's around, I don't know what time it is. 9 o'clock. So it's 9 a.m. and I'm just coming on. I want to just share some game changing things with you because I do know that you all are in a place where, if you're like me, it's the summertime and you're looking to really up level so that you're entering into this next phase. We're in the summer and sometimes you can get a little relaxed and you put your own things, your own, because the kids are home and all this good stuff. And we get good morning, Alonzo. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Kalisha and Shayna. Hey, Tanya. So I'm excited. I'm on this morning because I wanted to tell you that I have some game-changing things for you so you don't have to start and stop. Now, y'all, come on. Most of the time, we will have like a goal or we'll have a vision and we will start talking about we're going to accomplish it. And many of us will just start and stop and we'll start it. And I don't know if you've ever experienced, well, I'm sure you have, where you start working on your strategy or you start working on this goal or I'm going to lose weight, write a book, I'm going to change my habits or just small things that you feel you're going to change in your life. And then what typically happens is you start off good, the momentum is good, but then you back off a little bit because some happen, life happen, you lose momentum, you lose passion, and whatever that is. But this is a game changer. So you all know I'm really big on vision, discipline, strategy, and development. That is my sweet spot because I do know that that's where we as individuals, we are challenged to remain consistent. We're challenged to fight off all the distractions, unlimiting beliefs, or limiting beliefs to get them to unlimited belief. And then also we have all these things. And so I'm coming on because this is a game changer. I'm excited about it. We all rolled out. Listen, I was going to wait because I thought, I was like, well, I need it. Well, let me tell you, it's a good thing. So in January, I rolled out this book. It's called Strate-She. Strate-She was becoming a triple threat. And so that was the thing, is you need to become a triple threat. And how do you do that? Well, you become a triple threat by discovering your vision, creating a strategy, and then also becoming disciplined and focused on your development. And so it's vision, discipline, and development. That's the triple threat. Well, the game changer is this. Most often we'll sit and we'll look at how other people are producing. We'll sit and look at how other people are, doing different things. And we're wondering, how are these people getting how are they getting to these places? How are they gaining these opportunities? How are they producing at this level? Let me tell you, the game changer is no trick. You already know it's their strategy, it's their discipline. If you're not being consistent and you're not disciplined enough to produce what you see in your dreams, then you're going to stay at the level and play at the level in which you are currently doing. The only way you can change the game and the only way you can actually get a leg up, or the way you can get ahead and break the tie with yourself, because your greatest competition is you. And one of the things I took away from the Levere Mastermind this past week in Portugal was that we get up and we try to charge people, or we try to set things, and in our mind, we try to get what we deserve. Well, the thing is, we all think we deserve differently based on our experiences. So what we want to start to do is wake up, and then you want to be able to get what belongs to you. And it's not about what you deserve, but what belongs to you. What were you created to produce, in the thing that you were created to give to the people, your remnant, or to the people you're following, your tribe, that again comes back to you in the form of profit, in the form of wealth, and you're producing value. So the game changer, and I'm telling you on today, is your strategy. And people are afraid of strategy, but the game changer is, are you consistent? Are you consistent? If you are not consistent, listen, discipline breeds promotion. When I tell you, preparation breeds confidence. And the reason many of us are challenged is because we are not consistent and we're not disciplined to produce what we see in our dreams. You should wake up with the same fervency that we go to work every day, and we know that we have to go because in 14 days we're going to get a check. You have to do that with your own vision. You have to be able to be disciplined enough in order to remain disciplined to produce and see what's going to happen. That's right. Zenobia says strategy scares her. Put in a little bit why strategy scares you, because strategy scares a lot of people. And the game changer, I'm telling you, is your vision, your discipline, and your development. We are not consistent because things will happen in life. We'll start looking at relationships, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, children, mother and daughters, son and dad, whatever the case may be, family members pulling on you, tugging on you, work relationships. We start to move from that relationship and forget about our own goals and things. And so the game changer, I'm telling you now, is your discipline. When you lack discipline, you lack the ability to produce. You lack the ability to actually gain profit. So this is a game changer. No more starting and stopping. I told you all before, get the book Strate-She, go to my website. I actually sold out of Strate-She. I sold my last Strate-She book in Portugal. And so if you're not consistent, if you're not disciplined, if you're not focused, if you're not writing things down, if you're just thinking about them, let me tell you about your mind. Your mind gives you all types of strategies and ideas, but your ideas do not become implemented unless you put a plan of action together to produce what you see. And I am so big, and what's going to happen is I'm about to pull out discipline and preparedness and intensive, and this intensive is going to take us on the next 10 days, and we're going to be able to produce what we see in our dreams. I want you to be able to say no more starting and stopping. If you're going to write the book, if you're going to get the job, if you're going to leave the job, if you're going to start the business, if you're going to get the LLC, if you're going to do the class, if you're going to be in the relationship, whatever it is, your discipline affects your ability to produce. And I'm here to tell you, if you lack discipline, you lack the confidence, you lack the ability to produce the wealth that you dream about. I'm telling you now. So here is the deal. Those of you who start and stop, let me know. Why do you start and stop? Because there are some distractions. Some are subtle and some are not. Some are, when I tell you, some are just blatant distractions that come along, and some of us, we don't even know how we get distracted. We have the squirrel mentality. Have y'all ever seen a squirrel? A squirrel will come down a tree and they're looking for, and then as soon as they see something else, they jump to the next thing, and then they jump to the next thing. Some of us have a squirrel, my bangs are getting on my nerves a little bit. Some of us have a squirrel mentality where we can't even focus on one thing long enough to produce and see it come to fruition, because we lose the passion and we lose the thing that we want. And so when we do that, we lack the discipline to produce. So I want to give you a couple of things that you can walk away with that's going to help change the game on your discipline. For one, you need to be able to see your vision. Your vision says what that is the only reason you get vision, the only reason that God gives us vision is so that he can get kingdom in the earth. So when you get a vision, God says, I'm giving you a unilateral covenant so that you can fulfill what I have a need for in the earth. That is the only way that he produces, and reason that he gives you vision is so that you can produce what he needs in the earth from the kingdom in the earth. So what I'm sharing with you is you cannot take your vision lightly. You have to be able to know that when he gives you the vision, he's given you the mantle to carry so that you can produce what he's giving you to do. I get really serious about vision because we treat our vision like a goal. Our vision is not a goal. What we do is we take our vision. Okay, so first of all, we have to move in purpose. Many of us say, I don't know how to find my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. Well, we have to, in order for you to produce purpose, you want to go back to say what it is that you've really been created to do. And I always say, go back to your childhood. Go back to the thing that you love to do, because before you started working, before you had responsibility, before you had bills, you actually had a purpose. I became a speaker, a teacher, a facilitator, no joke, about 5 or 6 years old at my mother's kitchen table. I used to teach those whatnots. We call them, I'm from the country, we call them whatnots. Y'all might call them figurines. But I would sit at the table in the summer, and I was in kindergarten, I would teach inanimate objects who would not and could not and had the inability to speak back to me. But what I did, I was teaching them. I had my notepad and my pen, and I was teaching and coaching and consulting at 5 and 6 years old. But they called me a dreamer. They said that I was creative. They said that I had an imagination. Really, I was walking in destiny early on. But as I grew older, I started to take on other people's identity because they started to tell me what I should be. So I would attach myself to what I thought I should be. But what I tell you, when God gave me a vision, I say vision saved me, strategy changed me. Vision saved me, but strategy changed me. Vision saved me because I got a glimpse of what my future was going to look like. I got a glimpse of what I was created to accomplish. But then when I put a strategy to it, when I was able to write, not just Habakkuk 2 and 3, write the vision and make it plain, and as unto a workman who reads it, they can run with it, but write the vision, but also commit your plans unto the Lord and he shall establish them. I'm talking about taking on the kingdom principles and putting them into a practical application. Zenobia, you said you are afraid of strategy because you're scared to fail and never felt you could become more than a survivor of a rough childhood. I only knew how to just make it. I don't trust myself to stay disciplined. That is so huge. And first of all, thank you for sharing that openly on this platform, because this is what we have to deal with. When you look at the book Strate-She that I published, it talks about the reason many of us do not remain disciplined is because we have limiting beliefs. We have a belief system that has told us that we're not capable of producing what we see in our dreams. Don't think it's strange. It's absolutely natural. It is absolutely strategic of the enemy. And it's also something as humans, that's what we take on, is the experiences around us. I want to encourage you, Zenobia, to take a look at it and want to work through your limiting beliefs, because your belief system drives your actions. What you believe is what you do. If you actually, and for many of us, we may not know this, but your lack of discipline or even your system of discipline is because of what you believe, not only about yourself, but about your future. No, I'm telling you, so this is big. You want to start to eradicate those limiting beliefs about your past. You says, I'm scared to fail. I'm not sure if you're scared to fail or if you're scared to succeed. Because failure is not something that you have to work for. You don't have to fail to, you don't have to work at failure. Failure will happen to you when you do not produce and when you do not put in the effort and the time and the energy and the prayer and your faith. So failure is not something that you have to work to do. I believe, and I would say that you may be afraid to succeed because you never felt that you could be more than a survivor of a rough childhood. And that's a trick of the enemy, because what he teaches us is to start to look at our Rolodex of our history so that it can look forward and look like our destiny. The rough childhood was actually a part of your destiny. And the rough childhood is the reason that you have to put a strategy in place to overcome that limiting belief. Another thing too is, I use this analogy of a woman. When you look in the book Strate-She, I have two women. They're the same women. It's a figure. One is in the back, one is in the front, and right kind of on the side. And I have those people who are my master class, I have them take a look, the ladies and the learners, at the woman in the back and the woman in the front. I say, write down with the woman in the back, I say, write down everything that you're currently doing as this woman in the back. And so people will begin to write it down, right? They'll write it down. And then the woman in the front, I'll say, now, what is it? I'm sorry, you write it down around the woman in the front, everything, right? And then in the back, I say, what are you doing now to look like the woman in the front? You see, if you're not currently working a strategic plan to become the vision you see, then you'll never become the woman that's ahead of you. The woman that's in you that you see in front of you. And so what I'm telling you is, you have to actually start to produce now what you see in your dreams. So let me tell you a few things. The book Strate-She, go to my website or go to sparklepublishing.net, which is my Sparkle Publishing website. Go to Sparkle Publishing, order the book. We have just now put some in print because we sold out. Let me tell you the game changer. With the book, you also get this Strate-She board. And so I don't know if you all can see it good, but this is the Strate-She board. And many of us write vision boards, right? We write vision boards. And we write these vision boards, and when you do have your vision board, what typically you cut out the pictures. I still want you to produce your vision board, but I also want you to take that vision, the pictures, the images, because when you do a vision board, it actually gives you the imagery. And so it creates a mental picture of what you would look like. But my challenge, what I ask you to do is go a little further. When you take a look at the vision, you're cutting out images of other people's life. So that's really not your reality. I like the vision board cutting out because it creates an image and it puts an energy within you that helps you to see what you look like in the future. But when you take those images, I challenge you to purchase Strate-She, and then also along with Strate-She, you will get this board. This board says, what do you plan to accomplish? What do you see in your vision? It helps you to restore your purpose, reclaim your power, release your productivity, and also reach your potential. Let me tell you, I am sure enough, these things will help you. And another thing I wanted to share, boom, these just dropped like it's hot. So some more game-changing resources. One of the things I want to share with you is most time, I see your comment, Shane, and I'm going to get to it right now. In a sec, but what I'm telling you is most of the time we won't utilize the resources that we have in front of us in order to produce what we see in us. You see, oftentimes we say it's the enemy, but it's not the enemy, it's in me. It's the thing that's in you that you're incapable of pulling out. It's not the enemy, it's in you. It's your inner self, the inner me, instead of the enemy. And I was actually on the prayer line, and one of our deacons had said something about the inner me or the enemy. And I'm sharing with you today, it's not just the enemy. Sometimes it's the inner me. It's you. It's that I had a rough childhood. And I no longer, I don't deal with, I'm not worthy of doing anything greater because I had an experience. Listen, Strate-She is not just a book. It's not just works and reports and all these things that resources. Strate-She is actually a deliverance, a place of deliverance. It is a book that is written to help deliver and then also continue with the development. Oftentimes in a religious setting, we will do, or in church or religious, we do a lot of deliverance. But the challenge I find is that we go through deliverance, but deliverance has to be developed. You have to remain developed. If you are, the reason why we have Alcoholics Anonymous and we have the 7 steps or 12-step program is because once you have been delivered from alcoholism, you now have to be around individuals and you now have to take the steps to remain delivered. It's the same with your discipline. It's the same with your vision. It's the same with the challenges that Zenobia was talking about. And then when you're talking about my adulthood is rough, I'm dealing with lupus. This is Shayna. She says, I'm disciplined and committed. I'm scared as well, but I want to plan to do better. Here is the deal. When we write the things down and we produce from a level, when I tell you, you have to begin to produce at a level that you see in your dreams. I'm telling you now, it is going to be amazing. Somebody's knocking at my door, but listen, this right here, Strate-She, is a game changer. These are affirmation cards that came just hot off the press. And they are dealing with every phase of development, discipline, vision, and your Strate-She. And so the goal of these cards, and we have them, they just came in, they're pre-packaged and everything. But let me tell you, yours truly came up with all of these. I came up with 24 affirmations to help produce, and they will come in a package with Strate-She, the book, Strate-She, your board. This is going to help you produce and stay consistent. And then these are affirmation cards that you take with you. You put them in your purse. You take them with you everywhere. And you begin when you're working on a particular part. If you're in vision and you're working on discovery, then you work in vision. If you're in Strate-She, you work in that piece. Whatever it is, you're going to work in that. So I'm going a little fast because I got to go. But let me tell you this. For example, in development, for those of you who are having a problem staying developed, here is one of them I'll give to you. It says development, to grow or cause to grow or become more mature, advanced, or elaborate. Here is the affirmation. I am a creative being. I develop valuable products and services that generate generational revenue and wealth for my family and my future. I'm reaching my potential. And then these are things, here's another one. Vision. I'm a vision carrier with divine strategies to accomplish God's divine purpose in my life. I show up as my authentic self on every platform because I'm restoring my purpose. Listen, I'll read you one more. This is from Strate-She. I have the supernatural ability to see myself in the future and become the woman I see. My destiny is God's plan, and my strategy is how I will walk out my destiny. Unapologetic, unafraid, and unleashed. Ladies, go to drkimberlyellison.com. This is rolling out on today. Get your Strate-She cards. These are game changers, and we're going to produce what you see in your dreams.